guys, I got a special treat for us tonight. I know everyone's probably getting home from work, getting home from the gym. Well, look who I got on Pure Evil MMA. Robert the Saint Emerson. We all remember him from Ultimate Fighter Season 5. We got his dog next to him. What's going on, Rob? How you doing tonight?
What's up, guys? I'm well. Thanks for having me.
And how is your training today? I know that you got a fight coming up on December 9th against Ryan Roberts. What are you doing to get ready for this?
Um, the last week before fight week is usually about performing. You know, you've done all the hard work. There's not much better shape you can get in. It's more about, I think, just sharpening the sword, and building the machine back, getting it ready to put on the racetrack. So the last week is, I think, shorter. I'll do like 2 or 3 practices a day, but they'll be short, anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Just performance practices.
Yeah.
You already spent the breaking down those last 8, 6 weeks, whatever your camp was. So now start to repair the car. Let's get it ready for the racetrack. So right now my body's good. I just got done. I did 2 really hard trainings and a soft light jog this morning with BJ Penn. Was in town, so we went on a light jog. He came into practice today. Had a great practice over there at the lab with these guys, and now I'm just at home relaxing. Going to take an ice bath and an Epsom salt bath when I get off.
So a lot of my MMA followers will definitely recognize you from Ultimate Fighter and your whole history with fighting. What have you been up to, in the last month or two before you found out you had this fight?
I've been training the whole time. Like I said, I got that last bantamweight title with VFC.
Yep.
And you know what? My goal at the beginning of this year, I came out here to Arizona, and I told myself, you know what? If I'm not in the UFC, I need to be out here and collecting these straps and all these other shows. I'm like, I'm going to close this year out. I want multiple belts. And I went out there and I won that bantamweight title, and it didn't suffice, man. I want this second title. And you know what? I saw Conor McGregor do it a couple weeks ago. And that was awesome, great for the sport. I went to sleep that night. I woke up 4 times that night, and twice I had to change my shirt because I was sweating so much, because the dreams were the most real, most vivid dreams I've ever had in my entire life. I shit you not, man. And every time I would get up and go back to sleep, I had the same dream. The dream was that I had 2 world titles on my shoulders, just like Conor did at the VFC. And I'm like, holy shit, And I woke up the next day, I'm looking at my belt, I'm like, fuck, 2 would look good. I'm like, why not? Why not fucking why can't I do that? Why can't I do that? Bro, then 2 days later, fucking Ryan calls me and he's like, bro, how would you like to feel for the 145-pound strap? I'm like, holy shit, how could I not?
Yeah.
Fucking not, Like, I've been in this game 15 years. There's not a lot of good opportunities that come around like this, so I'm all for it, man. My first pro fight was against Jens Pulver after he fought and beat BJ for their first ever lightweight world champion. And I was 19 years old, my first pro fight, fighting my protege. Man, so I've got to do some pretty cool shit in this sport, and this is just one more. There's no way I could have passed it up. So.
Well, listen, man, how important is it to believe what you want to achieve? I mean, a lot of talk this year. We saw Bisping. Look at Bisping this year. He's like definitely one of the fighters of the year, beating Anderson Silva, Luke Rockhold. Look at Nate. Nate came leaps and bounds getting that fight with Conor McGregor, man. How much do you think that if you actually believe it, it will come true?
Okay, like, you couldn't have asked me like a more gnarlier question. Like, I'm telling you, dude. Like, I shit you not, bro. I was with BJ. We were talking about this all day long today and yesterday. For sure, this visualization shit is the most powerful thing you can. Like I said, what was Conor's last thing before he handed back Joe Rogan the microphone after his fight? If you listen, he said, I dreamed this into reality. That's exactly what he did. I've been keeping my eye on Conor for about 2 years before he was even in the UFC. And the one thing that attracted to me about him was the way he talked, the way he visualized everything. And I actually used Michael Bisping as an example earlier, along with guys like Diego Sanchez, Michael Bisping. These guys that, man, they will themselves to win. They visualize it and they see it happen. Forrest Griffin was another guy in his time, As an athlete, I think that's the most powerful thing. It's worth more than 10 years on the mat. The last 15 years, that's exactly what I've been missing. I've had like world champions, Olympians, guys telling me why I'm a champion from the neck down. I just got to fix it up here, because like I would obsess about the opposite. I would be like, fuck, I'm gonna get tired, let's pace myself, I'm gonna hold back, and fuck, what if I do this and he hits me with this, or what if I go here and he goes here? Fuck, like, and I fought very conservatively, and in doing so, I lost a lot of fights that I should have won. my records consisted of a lot of decisions. My record very well could be like 23-4. You know, a lot of these fights were very close fights. Guys won decisions because I didn't do enough to beat them. You know, I psyched myself out. And now that I learn about like the law of attraction and like thinking positively, like that's some real shit, man. And it's powerful with my brain, how obsessive compulsively I am. And like this obsession Connor talks about, like I literally obsess about like right now it's getting this featherweight title. I will obsess about it until it's sitting on my shoulder at December 9th.
So you said that you've been talking with BJ a lot about it, and we've all been waiting for him to come back. It's been teased for so long. Finally, he's coming back. How is he doing mentally? I mean, I like hearing that he's thinking like this, and that you're thinking like this. How's our boy BJ doing?
Bro, he's doing great, man. He's excited. He has this new vigor about him. Like he's ready to come back. Me and him, like I was telling my girl yesterday, like someone needs to record the conversations we have. They're honestly just like, if you're an MMA fan, like we've had some gnarly, crazy conversations, and some good ones were today and yesterday. Another guy from 10 years now since we did the Ultimate Fighter show back then. It's been 10 years. It's crazy. But yeah, man, the visualization shit, I ain't gonna get all into it, dude. People think I'm a weirdo, but I'm telling you, it's real. It's fucking real.
No, I'm a big follower in like the Third Eye, the band Tool, and energies and empathy. I like talking about stuff like that. That's a huge reason why I love Joe Rogan, is because he's got the MMA, he's got the spiritual thing going on.
For sure.
You said that you're not in Huntington Beach anymore, man. That you're somewhere else. What made you make the move? Was it just the training and the camp that you're at, or is it permanent or temporary?
Yeah, to be honest, like guys, all my friends, all my teammates, all my friends are coaches. You know, the coaches are my friends, and they all tell me, man, like you gotta get out of town if you want to become a world champion. There's too many distractions in Orange County and this and that. And like, I turned 35 in July. I'm like, if I'm gonna make a move and commit something now, it has to be now. So I came out here to Arizona. I've been really happy with the guys at the lab. I get out here, I get my first fight, I win a world title. Here I am fighting for my second one. So the plan's working so far. I'm very happy to be here. And going back to that last question we talked about, like, I even talked to a doctor on the East Coast that was talking to Gia.
Oh, snap. Still with me, Rob? We got a quick pause on Rob's end. Let me see if I can pull this back up. Internet connection problem. Problem with internet connection between you and two. Hold on. All right, let's get Rob back on the phone, guys. Hang tight. Rob, can you hear me? One second, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe down below. I do a show every Wednesday night. Pure Evil MMA Podcast is up on Apple iTunes. Here it is right here. Rob, you got me?
Yeah, I can see you. Can you see me or no?
It's coming in right now. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Yeah, it's 2016. They still can't get a good internet connection.
Right.
But as you were just saying, you were talking to a doctor on the East Coast.
Yeah, so and it's cool because he dealt just with combat athletes, wrestlers, boxers, MMA fighters, and he was saying like his thing is like how powerful visualization is. Like visualize getting your hand raised. Like visualize even before BJ fought Kenny Florian, like we were sitting in the back and like Jason Perillo's dad was there, like an old timer. He's just like, he's a BJ. Visualize you helping your opponent up off the mat. Visualize that. Visualize you helping, and there's a photo of BJ actually helping Kenny up off the mat. It's pretty cool. That's one coincidence. But he was saying how like the Spartans even knew about the will and keeping your mind strong. They would take one Spartan and set him at the end of a narrow corridor with a raging bull at the other end. And that guy couldn't get out of it. The only way he could survive if that raging bull charged him was that he kept his wits about him and jumped over the bull, right? And then if he survived, he became a fucking Spartan, I guess. If not, you fucking were ran over to death or fucking maimed and thrown out or something, Like, it's pretty cool. Like, he just says the most powerful thing is the visualization thing. And that's a doctor, a guy who's like, spends a lot of time geeking out on that shit. And that was his conclusion. That's pretty fucking sick.
Yeah,
and it goes with everything else,
So when you were growing up as a kid, you probably couldn't even imagine your life to be where it is right now, or did you? Did you know that you were going to be a fighter? Did you know you were going to be successful?
I could 1,000%, but I'm telling you, like, I was fucking like using the law of attraction, manifesting. So before I didn't even know, like I was sitting out looking at the ocean and I was obsessed with movies like Mortal Kombat. and like how they fucking travel to a lion, they go fight to the death or like fight for whatever, you know, Bloodsport, like all these movies like help like mold the guy, like mold the mind that I had in my imagination. And
I just had Mayhem on a couple days ago, and he said that movie was huge for him to, become who he is, to go overseas and fight all the bad guys, and the adventure of it.
that's what makes like this sport so rad is like the following it has, like how many people love this sport. Like I've always been a bigger fan than a fighter, and it's just so awesome to see the sport grow and see the UFC get to where it is. And yeah, there's a lot of cons to the sport, but there's a fuckload of pros, man. And I think it's the raddest sport, the raddest show in the world, and it's rad that it has such a following,
So when you find out who your opponent is, do you like to do a lot of research on him? Because, a lot of fighters will say that kind of psychs them out a little bit. And then again, if you don't know, what this fighter is used to doing, then it's kind of, what the hell? I'm not
Right.
expecting that.
I'll watch a couple in the beginning when I first get that notification, his name or whatever, see his style, just so I can line up sparring partners for camp, you know. And then believe it or not, like what I started doing that helped a lot was I started watching videos of myself. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I am that good. Look at me move my head. Look at me slip when I fought like RDA and all these guys. Like, I'm like, fuck it, man. I did look good out there. I just need to have confidence and believe in myself and do the work in the gym, and no one can fucking beat me. And that's where I'm at. I honestly watch videos to psych myself out. And I'll watch like one more video maybe before the fight of the guy. Like, I got this motherfucker, And like, I'm ready to go, dude. Honestly, again, it's this fucking, bro, there's no chink in this armor. Like, no one can beat you for sure. It's so powerful. And I'm excited to get out there and adapt it into my career for once,
So can you bring all of my listeners and your fans what it's like the day of the fight? You wake up, and do you listen to a lot of music that day? What do you do on fight day?
Well, to be honest, I celebrate. I celebrate like it already happened, like I already won. I visualize this so much that this is happening. Like I'm already celebrating. Yeah, I'm just confident. I'm confident in the training I've done for this. Like, I'm just ready. I'm celebrating like it's already happening. I'm putting it out that it's already going to happen, and we're going to have 2 straps on my shoulders like this. And I'm excited to get out there, like, and just perform. I don't know, man. Like, performing is just huge. I feel like I've only hit 50%. I've always shown the world. That last fight was pretty good. I put a lot of output in that first round. I won a world title. It was cool. But still, man, I feel like I'm just like showing you guys 50% of what I'm capable of. I wish you guys could see all the sparring matches I've had throughout my career at King's MMA and fucking Marco Ruas's gym and Rain and fucking and the lab now. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. I'm excited to get out there next Friday and show you guys that I'm backing all this shit up, and then I'm excited to see what 2017 has in store for me.
Another thing that has to go in with like the mental thing is what you put into your body, like foods and stuff like that. What has your diet been like? Because that is a huge factor of thinking and movement and energy and all that.
1,000%, they all go together. It's bro, if you're eating bad food, if you're doing drugs, if you're doing prescription drugs, it'll dull and nullify. You ain't gonna be able to like manifest anything in your life, and nutrition is everything. I make it easier time at bantamweight and featherweight than I've ever made it lightweight. I fought at lightweight for 11 years. That last fight I had, I didn't fight for a year and a half. I got suspended. So I was coming off a year and a half layoff. Didn't cut weight or anything. And then, bro, I cut down to 134 pounds and responded perfectly. It was like I didn't skip a beat, I cut weight, I rehydrated good, and the fight was good. Like I felt good all the way through. And that was off a year and a half layoff. Like there was 0 ring rust. So my body responds well, and it's because of the nutrition. I know I'm very well aware of what I do. I've been doing the same diet like this. Mike Dolce talks about raw and organic. Try to eat as raw and organic as possible. I know you can't do it 24/7, but try to do it as much as possible. And then you'll be all right. You'll be fine. And the body's intelligent, and it's amazing how well it'll respond if you take care of it and feed it the right nutrients.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on Pure Evil MMA, and I'm excited for your fight December 9th. Since you're an alumni of Ultimate Fighter, have you been following the last season with Mighty Mouse? They're fighting Tim Elliott. Going to be fighting Mighty Mouse. You still follow along with any of the seasons?
Yeah, I watch them here and there for sure. Just it's nice to see like how the production of it all is and everything. Yeah, and see the new talent coming up. It's interesting. So, I was training with Henry out here a little bit too over there at Fight Ready out here in Arizona. So, yeah, it's cool just to see the sport, man. I'm a fan. I like watching it all and just being part of it,
One of my last questions to you, we were just talking about UFC 205, Conor McGregor becoming the two division champion. What was it like, being in the sport for so long? 2016, man, my mom called me and was like, "Can we watch the UFC pay-per-view?" I was like, "What?" Like, I'm not saying it's mainstream yet, but it's getting there. And what is it like, being in the game for so long to see how far it's really come? And you know what? The same question would go for BJ Penn. I mean, I can only imagine what that experience was like.
It couldn't be like, you couldn't script it better, man. It's just like, it's awesome. It's been great to see this sport materialize. Like, the lightweight division got started back when BJ first fought Jens, and just to see the love in the sport and the growth, and dude, fighting really is a natural worldwide thing. Dude, we were fighting, hunting, and fucking when we were created. Like, that's like natural as it gets, Like, I don't know, man. There's a fall. I don't know. It's something about fighting that people like to see and like to do, and it's great to see it getting mainstream support. Now with the new owners of the UFC, it'll be really interesting to see what they do from a marketing standpoint and see if it changes the demographic or get more fans. Like, the whole thing's exciting. Every year seems to trump the year before. So, fuck, man, I'm just excited to be part of this, and I'll ride it till the wheels come off this motherfucker,
Hell yeah. I got one fan question for you. Where does the Saint come from? Where does Rob the Saint Emerson?
I haven't used that in so long. Everyone keeps like calling me that. I don't even know. We were in that movie Boondock Saints back in the day, and I got like the thing tattooed right here. My friends all from Boston, and my friends, oh, you gotta do this Saint. You gotta have come out with the fucking nickname on the show or whatever. I'm like, what do you know? Just do the Saint. I'm like, dude, that's like. So I've been trying to drop out. I don't really go by nickname or anything like that. People call me different shit in the gym, but I don't know.
I know we keep saying it, but this is really the last question. What was that like, being in the Tough House for season 5? That was one of my favorite seasons between that season, Brendan Schaub and Kimbo's season, and of course season 1. Season 5's right in there at number 2. What was it like being in the house, during that? Because you got brought back. You fought and then you got brought back. Dana brought you back. What was that all like?
Yeah, they were hoping that I won that for sure. They're like, oh, come on, what a story that would be. The guy that got cut comes back and wins all. Like, the producers are like, come on, Rob, you got to win this one for me. It was a trip. Like, when you first get in there, they tell you, you're going to go nuts. There's no phone. There's no magazines. There's no connection or anything. So, like, you're really forced to, like, associate with these guys. You're going to be fighting. They say after 3 days, everyone goes nuts. We're like, nah, we got this. It's cool. And sure as shit, bro, day 3, like, you're sick of hearing everyone's story. You're like, this motherfucker, shut the fuck up. I'm already going to knock you out. You shut the fuck up. Guys calling each other out. You're just like, bro, there's a lot of egos in this sport. There's a lot of douchebags, a lot of egos in this sport. And you get to see that when they all get together on camera. So for me, I was very young. Again, I was 24, 25, and I took it for granted, man. I partied back then. I took it for granted. I should have. I don't know, man. But it was a cool experience. I'm in a good place now, and I'm just looking forward to the future. So,
well, thank you so much. This was an honor to talk with you, man. As we get to the end of the interview, what I usually do is I hand the imaginary microphone over to you. If you have any shout outs, sponsors, anything at all, the floor is now yours, Rob.
I just want to say, everyone, to look out, man. Judge me off my fighting. I'm excited to go out there and knock this guy out December 9th. And I think winning these 2 belts should allow me back in the UFC. I think I'm tough enough to cause some waves in the world. I think I can fuck up a lot of bantamweights over there, to be honest, and featherweights. So I want to fight the best guys in the world. I like to give a shout out to my team and everyone that's supported me and everyone that's just supported the sport. I'm a fan just like you guys, so I'm honored. Thank you for having me, and I look forward to an exciting 2017 for the sport for all of us.
What's your New Year's resolution, real quick?
My New Year's resolution will be to KO a top 10 ranked UFC bantamweight or featherweight.
I love it, man. And next time I check in with you, I hope that comes true. Have a great night, Rob, and good luck come December 9th for Victory FC 54. December 9th, guys. Don't miss out. Have a great night, Rob.
Guys.
So there you go, guys. Rob Emerson. He's going to be fighting December 9th, like I just said. You do not want to miss that. I'm Evil Eddie from Pure Evil MMA, frontproofmedia.com. Make sure you guys subscribe down below. The podcast is up on Apple iTunes. Comes out every week. We just talked to Mayhem Miller. We just had on Bilal Muhammad before UFC 205. It's been a blast, guys. Have a great night. Once again, I'm Evil Eddie from Pure Evil MMA. Behave yourselves.